Hey YouTube, coming to you guys here with another Edison deck profile. I think this is the last Edison deck profile for a while. Sorry about my camera angle, it's kind of crappy, but just been sorting a bunch of stuff around the house recently, so yeah. It's another Lightsworn variant deck, but it's a little different, so I'll just get into it right now. So we'll go through the Lightsworn cards. I did up Celestia to 3 for this build because it's a little different, and you'll see why she's more important in here. But Triple Wolf because it's important. One of literally every other Lightsworn. Judgment Dragon doesn't happen as often in this build, so all of these Lightsworns aren't really as needed in multiple copies. Like, you don't really need a second Jane or a second Lila. Yeah, it's just Wolf and Celestia are like the important ones to kind of happen what you need to happen, and Judgment Dragon is just there if need be. 2 Honest, just because it's Lightsworn. 1 Trooper, 1 Necrogardna. So these are like your more standard Lightsworn cards still, but here's where the deck kind of gets a little different and a little weird. 3 Sky Scourge Norleras's, and 3 Phantom of Chaoses. We'll go over this card more in a little while with all the cool cards it can use and abuse. But Norleras says you need to banish 3 Dark Fiends and a Light Fairy. So you'll have about 5 fairies here. Yeah, and you don't need to summon him, but that's what he's here for. And then it can just copy its effect from the graveyard. So if you mill it and hit it, you're fine. And then continuing some of my other power cards is Dark Arms and Chaos Sorcerer. This is a little more Twilightish because it plays way more dark monsters than the other build. So Dark Arms is pretty solid. Your 2 protective monsters that are also conveniently Dark Fiends. 2 Malicious and 1 Plague Spreader. You kind of want to just resolve Norleras's effect, draw that 1 card, stack the 1 card for Plague Spreader, and then summon Mali. And then you have just like a Stardust versus their 0 cards. So it's pretty solid. The 2 Blackwing cards. I was trying to decide between these 2 or Mizuki Zombie Master, and these 2 just tested better overall because it gave you a free body after you Norleras, where like the Zombie Master wasn't going to be doing as much. I don't know. It didn't feel as good. And then the last monster in the deck is Sangan, which conveniently is a Dark Fiend as well. Next is the spells. Our 2 back row disruption cards are just these 2. That's all we need. Then you have Rhoda for your numerous targets. Foolish because, I mean, toolbox your whole deck with Foolish in this. And then our Charge, Triple Recharge, and a Lure. So it's a chunker of a deck of 44 cards, but yeah, Sky Blaster has, or not Sky, Phantom of Chaos has a lot of cool cards that you can interact with, which I'll get into in a second. I can get into these are like your decent cards that you can hit into the grave and have Sky Blaster copy if need, or Phantom of Chaos. I keep saying Sky Blaster because I'm thinking Phantom Sky Blaster. Phantom of Chaos can hit and any of these in the main deck. And then there's some extra deck cards that, of course, you can copy with it, which we're going to the extra deck now. Extra deck's kind of free because you really don't need a whole lot of it. There's our like 6s and lowers. Chimera Tech is just standard even without playing the Cyber Dragon in case they are just dumb and leave a Cyber Dragon up on the field. You need at least 1 5. You need at least 2 6s, and then this is just because of the value. You don't need like Armor Master because there's no way you're going to do that at all. And then we have Black Rose is our only 7. You could play over the Gaia. You could play any of the other extra deck cards. not playing Brain Control, I wanted to not play the Gazaris, so it's not as great, but yeah, so that's fine. And then our 8s are Thought Ruler, Stardust, Colossal, Red Dragon, and Dark End. Dark End just because we have Plague plus Mali, or Plague plus Armed Wing, so you can make this pretty easily. And then the 1 Mistworm for the Plague Lumina 4-star play. So other than that, you don't really need a whole lot from the extra deck, and it's just, I don't know. Deck's kind of cool. It's kind of cheeky. If you can turn 1 Resolve Norleras, it's pretty much game. This build doesn't have a whole lot of defense and doesn't have recovery cards like Monster Incarnation and Beckoning Light like the other build does, but that build kind of focuses on Judgment Dragon more, where this build can just kind of push with other cards. Like, and the coolest part about Norleras is it's like you don't need to use his effects. You can just summon him and he's just a 24 beater. So it's just, I don't know. He's kind of a cool card. I really like this card, and I've always liked this kind of deck as well. Yeah. So I hope you guys like this other video. I know it's been a while since I put one up, about a week or so. I've just been a little hectic. Birthday happened recently, and then just planning stuff, and then work, start a new job, and just judging locals. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Later.